What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays, and about 4Ks, and the way we like to buy and own our physical media. Man, I say this at the beginning of every episode, but I think it's important, that this channel, this show, this series, this YouTube-y thing, whatever it is, it's about physical media. It's about tangible things, about discs that we can buy and not have to worry about them being recut, re-edited, or pulled away from us after purchase. It's important. This is what we do, and it's also about collecting. If you like this kind of stuff, I'm just looking at my pile here. It's a little intimidating, all the things I have to go over. If you like this kind of stuff and you haven't subscribed, please do so. And definitely hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on everything coming soon. Today we're talking about Blue Underground. Now, my Blue Underground collection... I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit. This is another installment in my 2021 complete collection. If you haven't seen those other videos, there's a lot of them because I've been doing this in installments throughout the last several months. And be sure and check those out here on the channel. All right, so back to what I was saying. I'm spastic. I know, I'm always spastic. Talking about Blue Underground. Now, my Blue Underground collection has been much larger than it is. Part of it was due to... a theft that happened where a lot of my stuff got stolen, but the other part of it is due to me flipping most of my Blue Underground collection because they are in the process of reissuing everything, it seems like, in 4K. And they have proven that you want Blue Underground 4Ks. Their transfers are industry leading. They're as good or better than anything else coming from the other boutiques. They're getting less attention simply because they are not acquiring new titles. This is frustrating to me also because Blue Underground is one of those companies that I really wish they would acquire more because they do it with love. They put a lot of time and love into what they do. So when you get a release from them, you know it's going to be stellar. But it doesn't appear that they're looking to acquire more than what they already have in their library. They're just reissuing all of that stuff on 4K. Now, I don't know what that does to their business model. Because eventually they're gonna have everything out in 4K, and then what? So I hope they change their mind. I hope they start picking up new titles. So anyway, I've got a nice tidy pile here of Blue Underground 4Ks. Now, something I'm not gonna say I never do, but I don't often do is go for a complete run of something because I like to own things that I like. I don't need to own everything. I don't take a lot of pride in owning everything Criterion has ever put out. I know there's people that collect that way, and that's great because you're archiving, you're saving physical media. But I curate based off what I feel is quality, things that I like. But with that said, thus far, I own every Blue Underground 4K. And as they progress, the things that they have announced and are coming forward with are other things I'm going to want to own. So for the time being, I'm collecting the entire run. So I have them all here. And it's not a big collection. It's not going to take us long to get through this. Now, the reason I'm intimidated is because I have other videos to do and I've got a lot more stuff over here. All right, so let's jump into the Blue Underground 4Ks that I have. And these are just the Blue Underground collection, honestly. But they all happen to be 4Ks. So my most recent purchase is Two Evil Eyes. Now, I'm not going to go and unbox these because I've done that before in their own videos. But if you want to see more about something, let me know. Oh, okay. I forgot. I literally forgot. This is what happened. We have a big collection. I do have one thing here that's not a 4K. So, this is Two Evil Eyes. This is a really cool film that's basically two Edgar Allan Poe stories, or at least stories inspired by Edgar Allan Poe stories, that kind of thing. One by George Romero, one by Dari Argento. George Romero and Dari Argento are what, like a modern comparison is Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. These guys are buddies. They work together a lot in the 70s and 80s, and they did some cool things. The Argento cut of Romero's Dawn of the Dead is pretty interesting to watch. Anyway, Two Evil Eyes, crap ton of extras. Again, another great transfer. Not my favorite transfer, but a really, really solid good one. These it's weird. I did not plan to put these in order of release, but I think they kind of are like right now, but that'll change because all of my shit is so random right now on the shelves. It's just I need to reorganize. Okay, yeah, it's going to change after this one. So this is The Final Countdown. Now, I love this one. It has a lenticular slip. And there's the back. Again, tons of extras. This is a beautiful presentation. The Final Countdown is a science fiction film. It has Kirk Douglas in it and Martin Sheen, James Ferrantino. Basically, it tells the story of a warship, like for the early 80s era, a warship that gets sucked through a portal that sends them back into the era of Pearl Harbor, and they have to make this moral decision of changing history and stopping Pearl Harbor from happening, or what will that do to our timeline, all this stuff. So it's your basic sci-fi question that is answered or asked in so many great science fiction stories, and this is done in a very pulp way, but not cheap. This is a reasonably budgeted movie, which is pretty awesome considering Lloyd Kaufman from Trauma produces film. So there you go. All right, next up we have Lucio Fulci's The New York Ripper. This is a fascinating sort of take on Italian giallo. Set in New York, you get a serial killer killing people. This movie, you either love it or you hate it. It's very what you would expect. It's very gory at times, but it's also very bizarre. The serial killer laughs like a duck. And so that kind of weird sort of comedic twist on the character is off-putting to some people, but I like it. I like that Fulci was doing something different with this film. Beautiful transfer here. Very beautiful transfer here. One of the better ones. So then we get into an American classic, Maniac. This is another serial killer film. It's a William Lustig film. This is one of Blue Underground's earliest presentations. William Lustig famously owns Blue Underground, so he was kind of bringing his own project back to life, and we appreciate it immensely because this is a great film. One of the things that stood out to me about this particular 4K presentation are the specular highlights, the reflections off water and off blood and that kind of thing. It's quite gorgeous. This is a beautiful transfer. There's a lot shot at night, and it all looks gorgeous on this film. Be ready. If you haven't seen this film, you've got to get your mind right and get ready for this, because this is a twisted little film. Very, very good. I'm going to put this one aside because it is my favorite of their presentations. All right. So now we're going to do another Fulci film, and this is The House by the Cemetery. Very gory film. Does not disappoint in the end. It is a little bit of a slower burn kind of thing, but that's okay. It's kind of the Italian jam, you know. Highly recommended. Another beautiful, beautiful transfer. And look at the extras on this thing. Now, most of the extras, most of them are brought over from previous releases, but there are some new things. They do bring a few new things to the table with each of these releases too. I'm a little disappointed, though, that some of these have the lenticular slip and some don't. I wish they all had the lenticular slip. This is one that does, and this is one of my favorite 4K presentations. And maybe they all do. Maybe this one came with it. I just didn't get it. I don't know. Anyway, this is Daughters of Darkness. This is a slow burn kind of riff on Vampire Tale. Again, color is stunning in this 4K. Specular highlights, little simple things like the light reflecting off of lipstick, off the main character. You can kind of see it's pretty intense, her lipstick in this film, and it's beautiful. Like the little reflections of light that come off it. And there's so much detail in these 4Ks that at least I have never seen before. Again, very nice selection of bonuses. All right, we have some grindhouse 70s grindhouse here for you. We got Robert Forster and Fred Williamson in Vigilante, and this is exactly another lenticular. It's exactly what you would think it would be. It's a man has to take revenge, basically. And it's Death Wish, essentially, but a little bit more grindhousey. Very fun. The social commentary is very, very front and center, all the way from Fred Williamson's beginning of the film. But a very entertaining movie, beautiful sort of time capsule of the era. And again, a very, very cool, very nice 4K presentation. All right, now we have the last of my lenticulars, and that's Dead and Buried. They put a bunch of covers out for this film. There were a bunch of choices. I like this one. Honestly, there was another one that I really liked with the nurse on the front. I was kind of hoping I had gotten that one when this was sent to me for review, but I didn't. But this is still a very beautiful lenticular. This is some small town horror. Very, to me, sort of somewhere between Something Wicked This Way Comes and John Carpenter's The Fog kind of feel. Just that sort of small towny kind of feel. This has Robert Englund in it in one of his earliest roles. And there's a special effects sequence in here, a single-shot special effects sequence that is iconic in horror films. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. This is a very nice 4K, but again, it's sort of a lot in the fog, and it's hazy, purposely so. So this doesn't really show off the format as well as other Blue Underground releases do. But it's a very, very good movie. All right, so this is my favorite 4K that Blue Underground has put out. Not necessarily my favorite movie, but this is my favorite 4K transfer, and that is Lucio Fulci's Zombie. This 4K presentation is stunning. I've seen this movie on 35mm in the theater, and this rivals what I saw. This is highly detailed. The HDR color is beautiful, but it retains that filmic. Sorry, I'm kind of slobbering here or something. It retains that sort of filmic look. The grain and structure is beautiful in this presentation, but not distracting. So basically, it's a story of zombies on an island, essentially. I don't want to get into it too much because, as I said, we've done reviews before. I did an unboxing and review of this film that is here on the channel if you'd like to see it. This, I think, is their most triumphant 4K presentation, honestly. All of them are good. Some of them are stunning, and this is their most stunning. If you're only going to pick up one, which would be crazy, but if you're only picking up one Blue Underground 4K release, I recommend this one. Now, be aware you don't always get a Blu-ray. Sometimes, I don't think. Let me check this one. Oh, yeah, you do. You still, I'm bumping the mic there. You do get the Blu-ray still. I wasn't sure. Because Arrow Video is releasing now, and not, keep bumping the mic, and not providing the Blu-ray. And I'm generally okay with that if it makes the package a little cheaper, because I'm buying a 4K. So, all right, my last Blue Underground that I have here is not a 4K. In fact, it's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. But I don't think I've seen this released in a better version. So I've just kind of held on to it. And it's Dari Argento's Stendhal Syndrome. This stars his daughter, Asia Argento. Let me move back just a little bit. It's got a ton of extras. This is toward the end of what I would consider Dario Argento. Let me show you the inside because you get the original cover there. What I would consider sort of the end of his really quality work. There's a little booklet on the inside. Got the soundtrack. This is a good presentation. I don't think I've seen a better presentation of this particular film. But yeah, this is toward the end of his good stuff, and this is a good film. There's some questionable CG in here, even for the time, but generally it works. It's a good movie. Highly recommended. If there's a better version than this one out there, somebody let me know because I'll pick it up, because I actually really like this movie. Well, that's it, guys. It's a short video, but that's all I have. That's all my Blue Undergrounds right there. There they are. Very excited and happy to be bringing back my Blue Underground collection. and doing it in such a beautiful way. These 4Ks are stunning. If they still own Stendhal Syndrome, I hope we get that in a 4K from them. They could reissue the same package, but give me a 4K. I'm down. I am down because, like I said, Blue Underground is doing some of the best 4Ks in the industry. So, do you have any of these? Which are your favorites, and which is there a Blue Underground release that's not on 4K that you would love to see them bring to 4K? If there is, hit me in the comments and let's talk about it. Until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.